I'm your host Bobby, and today we are going to be learning about Petit Sirah. I absolutely love Petit Sirah. It is one of the grapes that a lot of people haven't really heard of, just because it's usually a blending partner in red wines, especially in California. But this winery we're going to be talking about today is Sirah, which is a winery owned by Stephanie Douglas. So this is a female-owned winery. And the winemaker here is Mike Dash. So we have two different Petit Sirahs for you today. We have the 2012, which is going to be from Napa Valley, and we have the 2013, which is the Shake Ridge Ranch, which is going to come from Amador County, which is a smaller American viticultural area inside of Napa Valley. So you got Napa Valley, and then you got Shake Ridge Ranch in Amador County. That's going to be a little smaller in there. So both of these wines are absolutely fantastic, and as you can tell, they've got a little bit of age on it, and people, when they hear Petit Sirah, they don't think of a wine that can age, because they typically think of, because it's called Petit, it being a lighter bodied wine. But outside of the berry size, which is where it gets its name from, there's nothing petite about this wine. If you like big, bold red wines, this is the wine for you. Both of these are aged in 24 months of Hungarian oak, which is a new oak that people are starting to play around with. Typically you see American oak or French oak being what people use as a more expensive alternative. Hungarian oak tends to be cheaper, but that's because it's not used as much. And I think we'll see in the years coming that as more people are reaching towards Hungarian, that prices are going to go up, because it acts a lot in similarity to the way that French oak does on a wine. So you get those nice baking spices of vanilla, cinnamon, and nutmeg. That's what you're going to get out of this oak, and that's what it's going to give to the wine, as well as helping to soften it. These are, however, very age-worthy wines, like I said. So if you do go out and buy Petit Sirah, if it's made by a really great producer, you can age it for a long time. You can hold on to it. You don't have to drink it immediately. However, if you want to drink it immediately, you can do that too. I like them both ways. For me, food pairing wise, I love red meat with these wines. It's got a lot of structure. It's got a lot of tannin. And if you remember from past episodes, tannin is that sensation that dries your mouth out, and is really good for cutting through. Say you're eating a very fatty piece of meat, like a ribeye. It's got a lot of fat on it. The fat does get stuck to your cheeks and the surrounding areas of your mouth. So you go in with a very tannic or dry wine, and it pulls all that off. That is what tannin does, and that is where the food pairing comes in for wine and red wine and red meat. So this would pair great with a dry aged ribeye, in my opinion, or a cold smoked pork chop. We have one here, which we do put truffle oil on, and I think that it would just play so well. But yes, if you've never tried Petit Sirah, I highly recommend it. It's lots of big, bold black fruits, so your blackberries, black cherry, black raspberries, which are actually a thing. I know in the South, like, I've never seen a black raspberry. Me either, until one of my friends brought me one from up north, and it's actually, black raspberries are a thing. So that was fun to learn. I just thought it was some fancy wine term that I'm sure most of us did. And then, yeah, so you get a lot of like rosemary, very beautiful. You think about like cooking that dry aged steak and throwing some rosemary butter on it. This is that wine. This is fantastic. It's beautiful. It's floral. Like, think violets, light roses. Hopefully your mouth is salivating right now and you want to go and try these wines, because she is fantastic, and she'll actually be doing a future dinner with us here at Restaurant Tyler, so stay tuned for that. And cheers. We'll see y'all next week. Thank y'all so much.